My name is Veronica. I'm a volunteer here at Victoria Park. I coach softball and also help my husband with coaching baseball, and we volunteer on events, on setting up and cleaning up afterwards.
Well, Veronica, what are we cooking and why did you choose this dish?
We're cooking today beef enchiladas from scratch, and the reason I chose this comes from where I'm from my grandma and my mom, Cuauhtemoc, Colima.
I see a lot of stuff here. Can you walk me through the ingredients?
Yeah, okay, well this is step one. We have ground beef, we have peas, carrots, potatoes, onion, garlic, and tomatoes. That's for the first step. Okay. Our second step, we have flour, sugar, pepper, salt, clavo.
Okay, cloves, right?
Yes.
Also? Okay.
Canela.
Canela, which is also cinnamon.
Comino.
Comino.
And this is Abuelita, chocolate Abuelita, is the bars. And guajillo and pasilla.
Pasilla.
It's for the mole, you have to do it by scratch.
Okay. What kind of cheese is this?
This is queso seco.
Queso seco,
yes.
Okay. Which is also cotijo cheese, okay. Okay, so now we've cleared the table. We're in step one. Can you walk me through the cooking process?
Yeah, well we could start chopping the tomatoes.
Okay.
You could just go ahead and...
How do you want these chopped?
Just like small pieces. Like,
small pieces?
Yeah, like you do in a pico de gallo.
Okay, so
yeah,
I'm dicing them.
And the tomato, then I'll start with the carrots.
Okay, and so you peel the carrots first.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
And the tomatoes, you don't want no skin on the vegetables. Well, when you finish with the onions, we could start cooking the ground beef with the onions and the tomato first.
Okay.
And then that way we could put after that, when the meat is cooking a little bit, we could put the potatoes and the carrots with the beef, so they could start cooking together. If you want to go ahead and do a little bit of carrots or...
Sure, I'll chop some carrots. How should I chop these?
Okay, I'll usually what I do, I'll just get it like this. And just like try to do like...
Okay, so you cut them vertically and then you...
Yeah, try to make like kind of not that big, but not that small, just, regular, kind of regular. Let me start the beef with the onions. I just put a little bit of oil, just enough for the onions and the tomatoes.
Okay.
And I just grab it and I'll just go like this.
I don't like smooth it over the pan.
I don't like to put in too much.
Okay. Okay. How long do you cook the onions and the tomatoes together?
Maybe I say like 1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and put the beef real fast.
Okay, you go do that.
One thing I forgot almost to put is the comino. I have to put this in there.
Okay. Does the cumin make it spicy or sweeter, or what does the cumin do?
I think it gives a little bit more flavor for the beef.
You can really smell the meat and the onions together.
We could start putting just put it in there and let it cook together.
How long do you cook the carrots and the potatoes in there for?
Well, until the meat is cooked and the potatoes and the carrots are soft.
Okay.
Usually it takes like 30 minutes, and then you want to put the peas, because you don't want the peas to be too much cooked, because then they get so soft and like they're not good.
It smells really savory.
You want to go ahead and cover it, because you want to start moistening. Let me see if it's kind of high. I don't want it to burn too much.
So it's gonna all simmer together.
Yes.
And all those flavors together.
Okay, so the next step, we're gonna make the sauce by scratch.
Okay.
So we're gonna use the guajillo, but you always have to make sure you don't want to use the seeds.
Okay.
So you could just, my mom tells us to go ahead and open them.
Right, because if you use the seeds, it'll be too hot.
Yeah,
and the kids can't eat it. Okay.
You don't want the kids to get hot. Some other kids don't eat hot food.
Do you want me to help you?
You can open the pasilla, because we're going to use a pasilla too. And we do the same thing with the pasillas.
Did I just tear them?
Well, my mom showed me, like, if you just go like that.
Oh, there they are.
You could go from the top.
Okay.
And look.
Wow. This is almost like a prune.
Yeah.
It's like...
These ones are kind of like big, so you don't have, because usually I use 2 or 3. But like I say, when I cook big amounts, so this one is fine.
Okay.
You could just one. So I'll put it right here, the water boiling.
Okay. So it just goes in the water.
Yeah. And you get then this other one. And if you like, just bring the blender, well, because it looks like the water's boiling.
Get the blender?
So, yeah,
okay.
we're just waiting for that, and then I'll stir this.
I'll get these out of the way.
Okay, so now let's turn up the chiles.
So the chili.
I'll go ahead and just get a fork, and I'll just grab them.
Okay, you grab them with a fork.
Yeah.
All right.
And put them
or
in
tongs
here.
or. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this one is kind of. Okay, we got this.
Okay.
You're gonna put a little piece of garlic, not the whole thing.
Okay, so just one garlic clove?
Yeah. And the clavo, you don't have to use that many. You could put 2 only.
Okay. So
Like I say, it depends on the person and how they like their sauce. The canela, you could just get 1.
Okay.
Cut it like that and put it in there.
Yum.
And then you could get the chocolate Abuelita. I will cut it half and put half in the blender, and then the other half when we're making the sauce. But this one is not cutting, so there it goes.
I love that. You don't need a knife or a cutting board.
No, I always do that. I don't know why. And then you have to put a little bit of water. Because you have to make sure, it blends.
Oh yeah, you can smell the chocolate and the cinnamon.
Yeah. Right now it's gonna be watery and everything.
Okay.
Because you're gonna put the flour. I'm just trying to get the bottom part right here. Like you're gonna have this. That's where you get this. Wait, like the canela stuff like that.
I'll come over on this side.
Yes.
Okay.
You could just put it right here.
Okay, so you're taking the canela,
The big pieces
cinnamon
that-
out, the pieces that won't cook down.
Yeah.
So do you have a special occasion coming up where you would make this again?
Actually, both of my kids are gonna graduate. I have to make something special for them. So right now we just keep doing this. A little bit, when you see a little bit of boiling, then you put a little bit of flour.
Okay.
Because the way the sauce you make is the way you want your sauce on your enchiladas.
Okay.
You could have it creamy or kind of watery. It all depends. Okay, Erica. See how the sauce is getting like perfect now.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay, right there and stop.
Okay.
And you could stir it if you like. There you go.
All right. Stir this for you. Thank you.
And then you could cover it so they could steam a little bit and we can start.
This is really pretty now. All these colors.
Okay, yeah, that one you could just cover it.
So now we're putting the sugar in the mole.
Yeah.
We're making it sweet.
It depends, like I say, on the person. So I just start with 1 spoon. I just put it like this.
Okay.
Because I just remember my mom and my grandma.
Mm-hmm. You have to have that.
If you want, can you get a small spoon? I want you to taste it because I want to see how sweet it is. If you want a little bit more sugar, let me know.
Okay.
Just taste a little bit.
All right, I get to taste it. Mmm, that's delicious. Oh my gosh.
Perfect? Mm-hmm. No more sugar, that's good?
No, I think, yeah, the sugar's dissolved, but it's like the right consistency of sugar and spice. It's like sweet.
Yeah, that's how you want it, yeah.
It's not too sweet. And then you can like taste that heat in there from the chili.
That's how you want it. You don't want it too sweet either.
That's delicious.
Then when you're done with it, and then you just move it to the side.
Okay, so that's kind of labor intensive then. It's like you're constantly stirring it because you got to watch it to make sure it's the right consistency and thickness.
So then we'll check on I'm gonna leave this on because we're gonna have the small one for the tortillas. We have to do the tortillas. Okay. But let me check on the peas and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Let me see here.
All right, what are we doing next?
Okay, now we're almost on the last step.
Oh, okay.
So if you want, go ahead and clean the table, I'll start getting the pot for the tortillas. All I do is just put it in here. See, it's already. See?
Yeah. Okay. So the oil is bubbling up now. Okay. And how long would you leave this in here for?
Only like a minute or two, because you don't want them too hard or too cooked or not too soft either. And the way I turn stuff, just grab this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah.
I like that you use all your resources.
And like I said, my grandma and my mom taught me how to do this like this. So
that's genius.
So we don't really use that many tools.
Yeah, and you don't have to wash as many tools.
Okay, so now we have this. See how it looks?
Oh yeah, so it's kind of hard on top.
I go like this.
Okay, we're dipping it in there.
Yes.
Getting the tortilla full of mole.
I'll put it here. You just put enough because you don't want to make them too big. Don't make a mess either. It's hot.
Okay.
I always make sure it's perfect.
Okay, so you're tucking it in. That's a good technique.
And there's one.
Oh, so now I see why you put that amount in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to roll it if you
Yes.
put more.
And then you get the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I could see you doing this with your kids too. This is fun.
And your hands are always messy, so. Let me see here. And you just stir this up. Usually, you're not gonna put it in this plate, but right now just to make them. So usually when I do like this,
Yeah.
you do make a lot of mess. So my mom always
This is
does this.
A messy dish.
Yes. Sometimes she'll just clean the plate, but you don't want to do all that. And she'll just grab it, put it in here.
Okay, that's perfect. Those look great.
And then you'll have we'll cut the lettuce and the queso seco on top. Okay, so now we finish everything. We'll put a little bit of cabbage and lettuce and cilantro and sour cream. And also we'll put some pepper.
Okay. So these are the last finishes then.
Yes.
Okay. It looks beautiful.
Just around it.
Yeah, so we're like decorating the plate.
Yes.
Very nice.
Don't put too much. Okay, and then we'll get the cheese.
Okay, so then this is the queso seco.
Yes. Put a little bit on top, see? You could put a little bit on this side if you like.
Okay.
I remember we always put a lot because we like the cheese.
Yeah, you can never have enough cheese in my
Yes.
house.
There you go. Cilantro. And that's it. And then we have the plate ready. Like so you have side like rice, whatever you like, but mostly we just focus on the enchiladas.
Perfect. Well, it looks beautiful. Thank you so much for teaching me this recipe that's in your family history from Cuauhtémoc. I can never remake this, but you've inspired me to make enchiladas.
Well, thank you, Erica. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.